We did everything right. We hired an architect. We got 3 contractor bids. We had a spreadsheet. We had a contingency fund. We thought we were the smart ones. The people who read every article, watched every video, and we're not going to become one of those horror stories you hear about at dinner parties. And then our farmhouse build came in $47,000 over budget. $47,000. That is not a rounding error. That is a car. That is a year of college tuition. That is money we had to scramble to find while we were still paying rent somewhere else, still paying construction loan interest every single month, and still watching our dream house get more expensive every single week. Today I am going to give you the full, honest, nothing held back breakdown of exactly where that $47,000 went. And I am not going to dress it up or make excuses. Some of this is the builder's fault. Some of it is the market's fault. And in a 2026 construction market defined by tariff chaos and elevated interest rates, the market hits hard. But honestly, a big chunk of it, I have to look you in the eye and say, was our fault. If you are planning a custom build right now, or even just thinking about it, this video could save you tens of thousands of dollars. Stay with me, because the most expensive mistake we made, I am not telling you until the end, and it will absolutely change how you approach your build. Real quick, if you are new here, we document the full journey of building our modern farmhouse from raw land to move-in day. Subscribe and hit the bell so you do not miss the rest of this series. Drop a comment right now and tell me, are you currently planning a build or have you already survived one? I read every single comment. Okay, let's get into it. The original plan, sit-down interview style, or walking through the space with a clipboard. Let me paint the picture of where we started. Our original budget was $380,000 for construction, not including land. We had already purchased the lot separately. This was for a 2,400 square foot modern farmhouse. 2 stories, 4 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms, a big open plan kitchen and living room, because that is the entire point of the farmhouse aesthetic. That great room where everyone gathers. We chose our builder after getting 3 bids. We went with the middle bid, not the cheapest, because we had read enough to know that is a trap, and not the most expensive because we were not made of money. We had a $25,000 contingency fund, about 6.5% of the total budget. It felt responsible. It felt like a cushion. Spoiler, it was not a cushion. It was a Band-Aid on a situation that needed surgery. By the time we got our keys, the final number was $427,000 in construction costs. That is $47,000 over what we planned. Here is what I need you to understand before I break this down. According to the latest NAB data, construction costs and regulatory fees now make up a historically high share in new homes' total price, and that share has been climbing every year since 2020. Building custom in 2026 is not just about wood and nails. It is about navigating a market where the baseline for labor, materials, and compliance has shifted permanently higher. The era of building cheap is over, but the market only explains part of our overrun. The rest of it is about decisions. Ours, our contractors, and the ones we did not even realize we were making until it was too late. Reason 1. The site conditions nobody warned us about. Walk outside the land. Show drone footage if available. Overrun number 1. And this one stings because it happened before a single wall went up. We bought a rural lot. Beautiful piece of land. Rolling hills, mature trees. Total privacy. Everything that makes a farmhouse feel like a farmhouse. What the listing did not mention, and what our due diligence missed, was that the soil conditions were not what our foundation plan assumed. When the geotechnical report came back after we broke ground, we found out our soil had lower load-bearing capacity than standard in certain sections of the footprint. That meant our original slab foundation design had to be revised. We needed deeper footings in 2 corners and a reinforced slab that was not in the original bid. Foundation change order, $8,400. On top of that, we are on a rural lot. That means no city water, no city sewer. We had budgeted for a standard well and a standard septic installation. What we got was anything but. The well had to be drilled significantly deeper than the regional average to hit a reliable water table. And the county health department required a larger septic field than our original design because of our percolation test results. Well and septic overrun. $11,200. So before a single wall was framed, we were already $19,600 over budget. Here's the lesson. Rural lots are beautiful, but they carry hidden infrastructure costs that suburban lots simply do not. Consistent industry data puts rural site development extras somewhere between $15,000 and $30,000 above a site with existing utilities. We were right in the middle of that range, but we had budgeted for none of it. The fix? Get a geotechnical report before you finalize your foundation design and your budget, not after you break ground. Before. A geotech report costs a few $100s and can save you 5 figures. We skipped it. We paid for it. We are $19,600 over budget, and we have not built anything yet. Stay with me, because what happened next during framing is where tariffs enter the picture. 2. Material volatility and the tariff problem. Show lumber stacked on site, receipts, or a talking head. Reason number 2 for our overrun is something that a lot of build vlogs do not talk about honestly enough. The cost of materials between the time your bid is written and the time those materials actually get purchased can be dramatically different. Our contract was signed in the spring. By the time framing materials were being ordered months later, lumber prices had moved, and not in our favor. Here is the real context for anyone building in 2025 or 2026. Lumber prices did not just drift upward. They got hit by tariffs. The 2025 tariff increases pushed Canadian lumber duties to roughly 45%, a dramatic jump that rolled through the supply chain and landed directly on builders' material costs. Industry estimates put the tariff impact on a typical new home build at somewhere around $11,000 in additional costs for a standard single-family home. Our build felt that. Our contract did not include a price escalation clause, meaning if lumber went up between bid and purchase, someone had to absorb that cost. After some tense conversations with our contractor, we split the difference. Our share of the lumber and material escalation, $6,800. And honestly, given the full scale of the tariff impact on 2026 builds, we got off relatively light. If you're starting a build right now and you do not have a price escalation clause in your contract, you are essentially writing a blank check to the commodities market. That is not an exaggeration. Here is exactly what to do instead. 1. Demand a price escalation clause or a price lock before you sign anything. This puts a defined ceiling on your exposure if materials move. Know what your worst case is before you commit. 2. Ask your builder about pre-purchasing high-volatility materials early. Lumber, copper wire, and steel components are the main ones. It is not always logistically possible, but for a build starting today, it is a conversation worth having. 3. Understand that in the current tariff environment, what you see in a bid today may not be what you pay 6 months from now. Build that reality into your contingency from day one. Our lumber and materials overrun, $6,800, running total over budget, $26,400. 3. The change order avalanche. This is the emotional center of the video. Sit down, be honest, make it feel like a confession. Okay, this is the section I almost did not make, because this one is genuinely hard to talk about, because this one is almost entirely on us. Change orders. A change order is any formal modification to your original contract, a change in scope, materials, or timeline. And I want to be clear, not all change orders are the homeowner's fault. Sometimes site conditions force them. Sometimes inspectors require something. Sometimes a subcontractor discovers something behind a wall that changes everything. But sometimes, and this is us, change orders happen because the people building the house cannot stop making decisions. Here is our change order list. Every single item. Change order 1, the kitchen island. We had originally designed a 7-foot kitchen island. Practical, proportionate. During the framing stage, we walked through the space, and the open floor plan felt bigger than we had imagined. We thought, can we stretch this to 9 feet? Yes, said the contractor. Change order for modified cabinetry and countertop, $3,200. Change order 2. Primary bathroom. We had specified a walk-in tile shower. Clean, classic, Then we visited a plumbing showroom mid-build and fell in love with a freestanding soaking tub. Adding it required replumbing, a reinforced floor joist to handle weight, and a full tile redesign. Change order, $5,100. Change order 3, the mudroom. Our original design had builder-grade cubby storage in the mudroom. Functional. Fine. Halfway through the build, we saw custom built-ins on a home tour and could not unsee them. Custom millwork change order for $1,400. Change order 4, the exterior siding. We had originally specified fiber cement siding. Durable, cost-effective, well-suited for a farmhouse exterior. Then the board and batten obsession took over. Real wood board and batten. The authentic look is significantly more expensive than fiber cement in both materials and labor. We knew this. We did it anyway. Exterior siding upgrade, $7,100. Total from change orders we initiated, $19,800. Now here is what is brutal about change orders that nobody explains to you up front. It is not just the dollar amount on the change order document. Every change you make mid-build slows down your schedule. Every week your build runs longer. You are paying construction loan interest. And in 2026, that matters enormously, because I will get to the interest rate situation in just a moment. Research consistently shows that up to 80% of construction projects experience cost overruns, and change orders are one of the leading causes, accounting for 7 to 15% of total project costs on typical residential builds. We were exactly in that range. Beyond that, there is the rework problem. A major industry survey found that nearly half of all construction rework, meaning doing something over that was already done, comes from poor communication and unaligned expectations between the builder and the owner. We had 2 rework situations on our project. Once because we changed our flooring selection after it had already been ordered. Once because of miscommunication between us and the contractor led to windows being rough framed in the wrong position on the back wall. Rework is not just expensive, it is demoralizing. It poisons the relationship between you and your builder. It creates tension that makes the entire rest of the build harder. The lesson I want you to carry from this section: every time you say, "Can we change that?" during a build, the number on the change order is not your actual cost. Your actual cost is that number plus the schedule impact, plus the rework risk, plus the relationship friction. Say it with me. Every change during construction costs 2 to 3 times what would cost during the design phase. We have accounted for $46,200 of our overrun. There is still $800 left, and it lives in a category that almost nobody talks about: the real cost of delays in a high-interest environment. Stay with me. 4. Delays in the 2026 interest rate reality. Talking head. Honest, measured tone. The 4th bucket in our overrun is the sneakiest one, because it does not show up as a line item on any invoice from your builder. It shows up on your bank statement. Our build ran approximately 6 weeks longer than the contract completion date. Why? A combination of things. Our site condition issues at the start pushed the schedule back immediately. Our HVAC subcontractor had a scheduling conflict, and we waited several weeks for them to free up. And 3 of our change orders required lead times for materials that the original schedule had not accounted for. Here's what 6 extra weeks costs you in the current rate environment. Construction loans in 2026 are not the cheap money of 2020 or 2021. Right now, construction loan interest rates typically run at prime plus 1%. With prime where it is in 2026, that puts construction loan rates in the range of 8 to 9%. That is significantly higher than a permanent mortgage rate, and it is running the entire time your home is under construction. 6 extra weeks of interest on a $380,000 construction loan at 8.5% is not nothing. Add temporary housing costs if you are renting during the build, which most people are, and the total delay-related hit climbs quickly. For us, the additional interest above our projection was approximately $800 in direct track cost. That number sounds small after everything else we just talked about, but here is what that $800 represents. It is a downstream tax of every bad decision that came before it. The site condition surprises that push week 1 back. the change orders at added lead times, the HVAC delay we cannot fully control. Delays are a multiplier on everything else that went wrong. The standard advice in this industry is to add 20 to 30% to whatever timeline your contractor gives you. If they say 10 months, plan your life around 13. Budget the rent. Budget the extra interest. If you move in early, great. If you do not, and statistically you probably will not, you are prepared.
Full cost breakdown. Let me put the full picture on screen so you can see it all at once. Our original construction budget was $380,000. Site conditions, foundation reinforcement, deep well, oversized septic, plus $19,600. Material volatility, lumber and steel impacted by 2025 tariff increases, plus $6,800. Change orders we chose to make, kitchen, bathroom, mudroom, exterior siding, plus $19,800. Delay costs, 6 weeks of additional construction loan interest at 8.5%, plus $800. Total overrun, $47,000. Final construction cost, $427,000. And here is the thing I want you to sit with for a moment. Only a fraction of that $47,000 was truly unforeseeable. The site conditions? Better due diligence could have caught them before we signed. The material volatility? A better contract would have defined our exposure. The change orders? Every single one was a choice we made. The delays? Mostly downstream consequences of our own decisions. $47,000. And most of it was preventable. What we would do differently, the honest list. Lean in. This is the value delivery section. Viewers who stayed deserve the goods. Here is the complete, no-fluff list of what we would do differently if we started this build tomorrow. 1. Get a geotechnical report before you finalize your foundation design and your budget. Do not let your builder estimate the soil conditions. Get the actual data. A geotech report costs a few $100s and can save you 5 figures. We skipped it. Never again. 2. Budget rural infrastructure separately and aggressively. If you are building on rural land, well, septic, private drive, utility connections, do not fold this into a general contingency number. Line item, every single one. Get separate quotes from specialists. Then add 20% to whatever the quote says. Rural beauty comes with rural infrastructure costs, and they're almost always larger than you expect. 3. Negotiate a price escalation clause or a material price lock before you sign. In the current tariff environment, a bid written today may not reflect what your materials actually cost 6 months from now. A price escalation clause defines exactly what your exposure is if costs rise. Make this a non-negotiable part of your contract conversation in 2026. If a contractor will not discuss it, that tells you something important. 4. Freeze your design completely before you break ground. This is the biggest one. This is the $19,800 lesson. Make every finished decision, cabinetry, tile, plumbing fixtures, flooring, exterior materials, lighting, hardware, before your contract is signed. Visit every showroom, pull every sample, build a binder, and sign off on every single item. Be obsessive about it. Why? Because every decision you make during construction costs 2 to 3 times what it would have cost during design. Not because builders are gouging you. Because mid-build changes disrupt workflow, require reordering, cause ripple delays, and eat up project management time that somebody has to pay for. If you are still making finished decisions after you break ground, you have already lost. 5. Your contingency fund needs to be 15 to 20% of your total construction budget. In the 2026 market, with tariff-driven material costs, ongoing labor shortages, and elevated interest rates, 10% is the absolute floor just to give yourself a fighting chance. We had 6.5%. We were bringing a knife to a gunfight. If the size of your contingency makes you uncomfortable, that is how you know it is approximately the right size. 6. Build your timeline buffer into your financial plan from day one. Whatever date your contractor gives you for completion, in your personal financial planning, add 20 to 30% to that number. Budget the rent for those extra weeks. Budget the extra loan interest. Plan to be pleasantly surprised if you move in early and fully prepared if you do not. 7. Hire an independent project manager or owner's representative if this is your first build. This is advice I did not take, and I wish I had taken. An owner's rep works for you, not the contractor, not the subs, not the architect. They catch issues early. They manage change orders with discipline. They keep your budget visible in real time. And in 2026, with the added complexity of smart home integration requirements, high-performance insulation standards, and increasingly strict energy compliance rules by jurisdiction, having a professional advocate on your side is not a luxury. It is risk management. Owners' rep fees typically run 5 to 15% of construction cost. The savings in avoided mistakes, caught errors, and controlled change orders can easily justify every dollar. Standing in the finished farmhouse. Natural, warm light. The kitchen or the front porch looking out. Here is the part one want to leave you with. Even after all of this, even after the $47,000, even after the soil report we should have gotten and the change orders we should not have made and the contract clauses we should have demanded, we are standing in this farmhouse right now, and it is everything we wanted it to be. The board and batten exterior we spent $7,100 to upgrade to, it is gorgeous. The black steel windows catching the light in the evening, worth every conversation we had about it. The soaking tub, worth it. The custom built-ins in the mudroom, they make me smile every single morning. I am not telling you this to justify the overspend. I am telling you this because I want you to go into your build with your eyes completely open. Building a custom home is hard. It almost always costs more than you planned. But if you know the traps before you fall into them, the site conditions, the change order spiral, the tariff exposure, the timeline creep, the interest rate drag, you can make real, informed choices about where your money goes instead of watching it disappear without knowing why. The farmhouse is real. The $47,000 was real. And now you know exactly why and exactly what to do differently. If this video helped you, please hit the like button. It genuinely helps more people planning their dream builds find this content. Subscribe if you are not already because the full series is coming: land purchase, the permitting nightmare, the framing journey, interior finish decisions, and the final move-in walkthrough. Drop your biggest build question in the comments. I see every single one. We will see you in the next one.